Now, you all do not need to get up out of your chairs anymore. I am so thrilled to be here. Some of the ads that are out there. Truth can get lost in the shuffle during a campaign. For the last 8 years, almost 9 years, I've been in the private sector just like you, paying taxes, building a business, trying to make ends meet. And that's what I've been doing, and I've been doing it in Arkansas. And I've been blessed in the private sector. I do have my wife Susan, 40 years, and I have 5 grandchildren, so I'll compete with any of you on grandchildren's stories. I appreciate the Tea Party, and I'll tell you why. Because the Tea Party, first of all, stands for something I've fought for all of my life, and that is lowering taxes and reducing the burden of government in our lives. You stand for that. The second thing you stand for is the Constitution of the United States of America. And I know that, I appreciate it, and I have taken the oath of office on multiple different occasions where I swore allegiance to the Constitution of the United States. And when I voted, I was mindful of that. And one of the little small things that I'm grateful for, whenever I got to Congress, everybody was introducing every kind of bill in the world, and we passed a rule that said that if you're going to introduce legislation at the federal level, you need to cite in the legislation the article and the basis in the Constitution that gives federal jurisdiction in that area. Is that not smart? And I don't necessarily want to talk about the past, but I do want to tell you a couple things that give you a flavor for who I am. Because it's about the character, it's about your word, it's about your record, and those are relevant factors in a campaign. And so when I was in Congress, we entered Congress and we had a $200 billion deficit. And we said, we want to lower taxes. And they said, you can't lower taxes because that's going to balloon our deficit. And we said, we adopt the philosophy of John Kennedy and the philosophy of Ronald Reagan, that if you put more money in the private sector, you build the private economy, guess what? There's going to be more taxpayers rather than welfare recipients, and you're going to grow the economy of the United States, and it's going to actually generate more revenue. And of course, the economists scoff at that. Some of the economists do, not our economists. But I was proud to say that when I left Congress in 2001, we had a balanced budget, and we balanced the budget years ahead of time after lowering taxes for the first time in 16 years. When it comes to the Constitution, I believe we have to uphold it just like we did. But the third thing that you represent in the Tea Party is passion. And I'm excited to be here today because you're an educated voter. You put your mind into the election. You do your research. You go to the committee meetings. You go to the council meetings and the quorum court. You go to the legislature, and I applaud you for that. And then you come and talk about it, and you're an educated voter, and you put passion into politics, and we need passion. Whenever I was state party chairman, and I got into politics, and you got to understand that you better learn how to fight. You better learn how to stand for principle, or you get run over. And we had a dominant one-party system in this state, and I believe we ought to have a two-party system in this state, or a multi-party system in this state.